Okay, Assalamu alaikum. So, Ustadha Marzuka, welcome. I have unmuted your mic now. I will very soon, once I've made a few announcements as people are coming in, I will then mute my mic and be somewhere in the background. Yeah, okay. So, Assalamu alaikum, everyone, especially all our students who are here with us, and especially those from our choir. We are going to start, inshallah, in under 5 minutes. And in the meantime, just to make some very quick announcements, this session will run for around half an hour. So it's a half an hour weekly session. And, so just keep that in mind. And also, I'll just be floating around in the background. I may not always have my headphones on, but I'll be in and out, inshallah. And also, just wanted to say that just like this, we have about at least 2 up to 3 sessions every single day. They are different sessions where we're doing different things, different topics. So do enjoy that and do sign in. Question is, where do we sign in? Exactly the same page where you signed in to our choir session. So all you would need to do is go on that page. What I will also do is, as part of the chat, I will put up the link again, have a look at all the sessions, and you can sign in and log in to any of those sessions that you like, inshallah. Okay, so so let me just share the page, and then after that, in about 2 minutes, we will be able to start our session. So, and another thing I wanted to mention was, and that's for Sada Marzuqa as well, that she will inshallah firstly introduce herself, and then after that, what we will do is just let you know that if there's anything that Ustada Marzuqa needs to share, so like a document or any kind of homework, any kind of link, on the timetable page again, which I'm just about to share on the chat, you will be able to go on there and under the choir section, there will be a few new buttons that will appear, which will include resources. So you'll be able to go into them. We may even put this as a recording on there as well, but it may be password protected because it is for those who are interested in the choir. Okay, so if you look at the chat, so familiarize yourself with the screen where things are. And if you look at the chat, I am now going to share the actual link to our timetable. So weekday timetable. And I will also do that on those of us who have joined us on YouTube Live. So you will also see a link pop up on the chat section. Okay. Right. So Ustada Marzuka, I think it's 3:05 and we're ready to start. So there's a quick question. Is choir any other days of the week or just Monday? So at the moment, the choir is just on Mondays, same time, tune in for 3 o'clock. Okay, right.
Are any of the choir, the FEP students here?
Yes, so Sada, if you go on to participants, if you click on participants,
Okay.
and then where it says attendees,
yeah.
so you can see some of them. So Amin is here. We have a brother Hasib, inshallah, who will also be doing a live performance for us today, as he promised. Lamisa, we have Maryam and Aisha, Sophia Maryam Ahmed, Zara Kassam, Shahana Lays, Zahra Ahmed. So a few new names, Zainab as well, Zakaria Afzal, and Zainab and Latifa Ural. So we will have quite a few new faces as well. So, so to answer your question, Zainab, the choir is on Mondays, but what that does do is it gives you enough time to prepare for the following week. So what I will do now is, because we've already started, so Ustada Marzuqa, you can start with introduction to yourself for those of us who are unaware of who you are, and also about the choir, and then you can start. I will be in the background, but my mic will now be muted. So over to you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, assalamu alaikum. So current students, they're I think we have a few of them here, and we have some new faces as well. My name is Sada Marzuqa, and I've been, so just a little bit about myself. I took private lessons in Middle Eastern music with Kalia Lairaki. You can find her. You can find her online, so I think she has a website. So I took private lessons with her, and then I went on to City Academy, and I took singing lessons with City Academy, and then I joined their choir as well. And now currently, I take lessons with Ustad Abdulaziz at Rumi's Cave. He has his own choir there. So that's a very, very brief bit about myself. We don't really have much time. We do only have about half an hour, less than half an hour now. So I'm going to quickly go straight into it now. If you do have any questions, I think you can put your questions on the chat. And I think also if you have microphone access, which everyone will be needing. So Ustad Hamid.
Yep, I will inshallah deal with that. So if you have questions, there is a button at the bottom which says Q&A. So ask your questions there, which will be highlighted for us. If you want to ask a question in the chat, that's fine. When I get there, I will see it and read it out. When you need to talk, I would say raise your hands. So you're able to raise your hands, and then I will enable your mic. Okay, because it's a webinar, it's not a meeting where everyone can talk at any time. So I will have to enable your mic. So Ustad, if you let me know when you want them to do
Ustad
that.
Hamid, when we do the exercises, everyone's mics will be enabled, right?
Yep, I can do that.
Okay.
And that will be interesting to hear everyone, inshallah.
I do have a bit of a cold, unfortunately, but yeah, let's go straight into it. So the first thing that we do in our choir is we do our vocal warm-ups. We have a two-part exercise. One is the breath and space exercise, and then we have strength and tone exercise. So with breath and space, it's all about connecting our breath to our voices. And breath is the most important part of singing. It's how we maintain our tone, our pitch, everything really. So we're going to start off with that. And then we're going to jump onto strength and tone, where we work on staying on a pitch without falling flat, being able to connect our chest voices with our head voices. If any of these terms are unfamiliar to you, you can just put it in the chat, and I should be able to answer your questions, inshallah. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today also, I'm going to introduce students to harmony. So the last session that we had, I spoke briefly about it, if you remember. So we're going to do, I'm going to introduce you to harmony. We're going to do a little harmony with dhikr today, inshallah. Okay, so let's go straight into it. So the first exercise is out of the breath and space exercise. And again, students that are already part of the choir should be familiar with it. So I want you to just join in. Ustad Hamid, is it possible to have the mics enabled for this? Okay, yeah. So I want everyone to join in.
Oh.
Okay. Good. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a PowerPoint on display, which will give you some visual aids. Okay, yes. Okay. Ustad Hamid, you can mute them for now, and then once we actually start the exercise.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. So, okay. Okay, so if you can see breath and space here, we're going to be focusing on connecting our breath to our voice. And it's all about awareness of our breathing and being able to relax in the space that we have for our voice. If you ever feel like you're straining when you're doing these exercises, just take a breath and then start again. So you shouldn't feel strained. And again, if you know how to speak, you know how to sing. I always say this. So it's all about using your voice. Don't strain it. Don't overdo it. Try and relax in this. Okay, so the first exercise is going to be a lip roll, lip roll or a trill. So, so it's like this. If you find it difficult, what you can do is you can do like a kind of cold. This really helps me, so I kind of put my arms together, and the sound is okay. So it's like you can imagine yourself on a cold day. Okay, so it's a. Can everyone do that for me? Okay, we can just keep the microphones enabled now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Now, if you notice here, I have numbers 1, 3, 1. Now, these are the pitches that we're going to try and sound out. So, usually we have up to 7. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And each number denotes a certain pitch. So 1 is going to be our basic 1, and then we're going to go up the pitches or the notes. Okay, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here 1, 3, 1 is going to be 1, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1. Going to go from 1, 3, and then we're going to go down, but it's going to be on a lip trill, so it's going to be like this. Now this is a really important exercise because what happens with the lip trill, and this is something you can do at home as well, is it helps you connect your voice to your breathing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the exercise, and I'm going to keep the PowerPoint here on display, so you know exactly what we're doing, and the notes are here as well. So on a 1, 3, 1.
Just let me know when you want me to unmute everyone as well. So everyone's just muted for now. When you want me to unmute,
everyone's muted. Okay, yeah, I think let's unmute everyone. Now, what I'm going to play now is an exercise on the lip trill, 1, 3, 1, and we're going to go up the scale. So you'll notice when I play the exercise, we're going to start off on a low, just a minimum note. And we're going to go up. So it's going to sound slightly higher, and what I want you to try and listen to the sound and match your voice to it, match your pitch to it. Okay? Can everyone still see the PowerPoint?
My screen just blank.
Sometimes the PowerPoint is still on the screen, right?
Okay, Ustada, can you Usada Marzuka, can you
Yes.
hear me? Right.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, Salma, one of the things,
Yeah.
I'm only going to enable everyone's mic once you have finished your instructions.
Okay.
Otherwise, it becomes very unclear because when you're talking, then we can hear noises in the background.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
I'm only
Yeah.
going to enable it once you give me the go ahead to do so. So in the meantime,
Okay.
you can carry on talking. Once you're ready, let me know.
Okay, so I'm going to start the exercise now. So let's start. Right. Okay. Please let me know if you can't hear it. I'll try and put the sound higher if I need to, the volume. Okay, so let's start again. So before we begin, try and familiarize yourself with the exercise. So it's going to be a okay, right, so let's start. Bismillah. Oh, no, that's my sound. Okay, right, Bismillah. Last one. Excellent. Okay, how does everyone find that?
Good.
Good. You can also on the actually, you know what, for the exercise, if you want to keep yourself muted, that's fine.
Hello.
If you want. But if you can
Suleiman Haider, you have a question? So, Suleiman Haider, do you want to ask a question?
No, I'm just seeing if I was connected.
Yeah, you're connected. I'm just going to mute you just for now, and then we'll get back to this, okay?
We should have everyone muted, it's fine. And then for the harmony, we can have everyone.
Sure.
Okay, so on the I think on the chat, I think if you just put your comments down or your thoughts,
Yep.
How you found that exercise. Would you want to repeat it or not? So let me just see. Can't seem to. Oh no, that's the show. So the Q&A, no, not the Q&A, it's the chat. Okay, so just, the screen is black, can you see that? Okay, so everyone was okay with it? Yes? If everyone was okay, you can just put down yes in the chat. Yeah? Okay. Yes, okay, good, excellent, okay. Right, let's move on to the next exercise, which is, okay, so I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint. So if you see exercise 2, so these are exercises you can practice daily, and you should be. These are the basic exercises that we should be practicing daily, inshallah. So the it's going to be on 151, so it's going to be slightly higher this time. So it's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 5 1 5 1 1 5 1. Okay, and it's going to be on a okay, so an al hood. Now here if you notice, I've written legato. So we want a smooth sound. A legato is a smooth sound. I want you to think about a waterfall. Okay, so the opposite of a legato would be staccato, which is very sharp. So it would sound something like this. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah. We want a smooth connecting sound. Okay, so I want you to think about connecting the sound. So the pitches 1, 5, and 1 should sound smooth and connected. A technique to help you with the higher pitches is if you drop your jaw slightly. So when you reach the higher pitches, if you feel like your mouth is becoming quite strained, drop your jaw a little. It should help with the higher pitches. So it's going to be a hoo hoo, so a al hoot, so not a ooh ooh, not a sharp ooh. It's going to be a hoo hoo. Okay, and again, I will be. We will have the exercise playing to accompany you and to help you listen out for the pitches that you need to sound out. Okay, so let's start with exercise 2. So on a who, okay. So again, if you have any questions, please type it in the chat. I need to make sure everyone is
Mommy, we're unmuted.
and we're
William started the video and then unstarted it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to play it one more time.
Okay, Salah, can you carry on now? Okay.
Sorry.
Was that Marzuka, can you hear? Yeah, if you play it again, if you just do let me know when you do want to hear them.
Okay, don't worry. So for the exercise, it's okay.
Okay.
We can keep them muted, and then hopefully at the end when we do the harmony, we'll have everyone, so I can hear everyone. And if you do have any questions, you can put it on the chat, and then I'll have a look, inshallah. Is that okay, Ustad Hamid?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Just all you've got to do for me, just let me know when you want me to unmute. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's try again. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So notice who rather than who. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Keep it going. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so this is really reaching out for those higher notes, and you had to really control your breath as well. Okay, because we went on a slightly higher note this time, which was from 1 to 5 and then back down to 1 again. Okay, let's move on to the next exercise, which is again on a oo, but this time we're going to be descending down the notes. So we're going to go from 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. The challenge here is you don't want to fall flat. Now we are descending, but we're descending according to the notes. When you are singing the notes, your voice shouldn't falter down. So it should be a nice hoo, hoo, okay, not ooh. Okay, so try and hold on to your pitch, don't fall flat. So let's do exercise 3, and I'm going to quickly go through these now. Again, if you do have any questions, you can put it on the chat and I'll answer them, inshallah. But let's just go through the exercises quickly now. Right, so exercise 3. Let's start. Right. Okay, was everyone okay with that? Yes. Yes, sorry, is that Hamid, were you going to say something?
I was just going to ask where you went. Was that part of the exercise?
Which one?
This one, where just before you cleared your throat. I wanted to know if the clearing of the throat was part of the exercise. No, I was just joking. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I think it's Hamid, I think you may have written on my screen. No. Oh, yes. And everyone can see the PowerPoint. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Right. So let's go back to the exercise. So again, if you notice, we're descending down the notes. Okay, so, oh wait, I think we have a few. Yes, okay. Right, let's start. This may take longer than I anticipated. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, notice we are descending down the notes, but each time we do a set, we're actually starting with a pitch higher. Okay, we're starting with a higher pitch. Okay, so look out for that. So this is all about tuning your ears to the sound. Okay. Last one. Okay, how does everyone find that? Good? Okay, so again, this is working on keeping the pitch without falling flat. And the last exercise for breath and space is going to be a ha, okay, or a ya. You can do either ha or ya, it's really up to you. But we'll start with a R. And it's going to be on a 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So notice we're going to be ascending and then we're going to be descending, okay? So it's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. And to help you get the correct pitch and also projecting your voice, a tip that can help you is getting into a pre-yawn position and lifting your eyebrows. So almost like you're about to yawn, okay, but you stop midway, yeah, and lifting your brows, and that will really help you connect to the head voice for the high pitches. Okay, so let's start. So again, we'll do an R, and you can also do a ya, okay, by adding a ya at, in the beginning. It's really up to you. Right, so let's start. And then hopefully next week we'll go straight into the exercises because you'll be familiar with them all, and it'll give us more time with harmony and singing as well. Okay, so okay, before we continue, it's all about breath control as well. So try and breathe from your stomach and don't let the air out. Don't exert it out like this. Control it. Take it out slowly. So when you're going up and going down the notes, you'll notice that your belly is slightly deflating. Okay, so when you're taking air in, your belly, stomach should be expanding, and when you release the air slowly, okay, so your belly will be slowly deflating. Okay, right. Inshallah, next week we will do some exercises for breathing as well. Okay, so let's start with the R. Let's go back. Where are you? I can still see you. Okay. Last one. Excellent. Okay. Right. So they were our breath and space exercises, which during our choir lessons we begin with. So our vocal warm-ups, and then we move on to strength and tone. Now, strength and tone is focusing on our voice and its strength and tone. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of the different types of voices that we have. So we have something called the chest voice, and we have something called the head voice. Okay, so our lower registers are from the chest, and our higher registers are, you can say, almost like going up through our nose to our heads. So I'm sure you're familiar with, the students should be, I'm sure you're familiar with terms like bass, alto, soprano. Okay, so bass is our lower register notes, and then we have alto, which is our mid-range, normal, you can say, register, and then we have soprano, which is our head voices, the higher pitches. You move on to harmony. These terms will be more familiar with you, and how we actually practice them in singing will become much more familiar with you. But this is what we're working on. We're working on how to connect our lower voices to our higher voices, okay, without breaking in between. Because sometimes you'll notice when you're singing and you're trying to reach those higher notes, it's almost like your voice breaks. So these exercises that we're going to do is going to help you connect your lower voice to your higher voice much more smoothly, and a much more smooth connection, okay? Right, so the first exercise we're going to do is on a sound. Now it's an unfinished sound, so it's going to sound a bit strange when you do it. But the reason why we do this exercise is to help transition between our chest voice, so the lower, mid-range, to our higher head voice, okay, without breaking in between. So we're going to do this exercise on an NG. So let's practice it first. Where are you all? Now some of these exercises are going to be a bit funny, and you know, you're going to make silly expressions, but again, it's all about we're working on our voices. So just think about the end result, okay? So it's going to be a so I want everyone to just practice that first. So it's the back of your tongue touching the upper palate. So like in Tajweed. So the back of the tongue touching the upper palate. Okay, if it helps, you can screw your nose up a bit. Okay, I have a cold, so I can really hear the nasal, the nasally sound coming out. Okay, so it's going to be and it's going to be on a 1-5-1. So again, it's going to be slightly higher, the pitch. So it's going to be a and then we're going to go up to 5 and then 1. So okay. So let's start. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. If you're not sure about how to do the sound, put it on the chat and we can go through it. But again, think about NG, okay? Right, so let's start. Once everyone is ready, okay, bismillah. Okay, so did everyone catch that? Was that okay? Let's play it one more time. Okay, was that okay? Yes, so it's a okay, so 1-5-1, not 1-3. We're going slightly higher. If it helps, just go up 1-2-3-4-5-5. 1-2-3-4-5-1-5-1. Okay, so okay, right, let's start. Listen out for the pitch. Good. Excellent. Okay, so that's the NG. If you notice, the notes weren't too high. It was on a nice range. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next exercise, which is a gua or a bois. Gua or a bois. okay, sound. So they're going to be on a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 descending. We're going to be descending with our pitches, so it's going to be starting with 5, and then we're going to go down to 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, right. So let's start. Right. So gua or a bois. It's really up to you. You can do either. Right.
Gua or bois?
Mm-hmm.
Gua, 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 gua.
Okay, so again, if you notice, we are going down. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So starting off with gua, and we're going down the notes. Right, let's start again. Right, I hope everyone can hear the sound.
Gua or bois? Gua, 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 gua. 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 Keep going. Let's try that again.
Okay, we won't try that again. Let's move on to the next exercise. Now this one is going to be on our vowels. So again, this should be familiar with the students. We are going to do on R. We have the, again, A, E, I, O, U, but we're going to sound the vowels out, and it's going to be a ascending and then descending. Okay, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to go down to 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's start. So we're going to start off with R. Right, so 1, 2, 3.
On ah.
Okay, so again, I just paused it. So we're going to start off with R, and we're going up the notes, and then we're going to go down. So okay, so again, follow the sound, the pitch, and then we're going to move on to the different vowels. Okay, so let's start again with R. Right.
On ah. Oh.
O. Okay, so the next vowel is going to be O. Okay, O. So try and keep your lips nice and firm and circled, and don't keep them too enclosed. You want the sound to be able to bounce around in your mouth. If you keep them too enclosed, it's going to sound like an ooh, ooh. We want an oh. Okay, so that's the second vowel. I'm going to repeat them again, and then we'll do all the vowels together. Okay, so I know the time we have gone over, but we'll continue and finish the exercises and the harmony, and then whoever does need to go, they can. I know we said half an hour, but I think all the explaining kind of took up a lot of time. So Fatima, that's okay, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Because this is like an hour slot, so it's up to you how long you take in between. And if any of the students need to go somewhere else or do some other learning or whatever, you are welcome to do that. We will have a recording of this privately somewhere on our website for our panelists as well, inshallah. Okay, so not to worry, and not to worry, Sada, you can continue. And don't forget, when you do need me to unmute the mics, just let me know and I'll do that.
Okay, good. All right, perfect. Okay, so let's start with the vowel again. So the or. Okay, so I'm just going to go back. Sorry. Okay, let's start with R again.
On R. O.
Okay, next one is going to be on an oo. Okay, so like I tell my students, think about taking spaghetti out of your mouth. Ooh, ooh, okay, ooh. So we want that sound. Ooh, okay. So let's start. Okay, let's try that again.
E.
Okay, the next vowel is going to be on an E. Okay, so you can grin, E. Again, we're ascending and then we're going down. So listen out for the notes. Okay, so this one is slightly challenging. So air. So try and slightly lift your smile up a bit. Air rather than E. Air. Okay, and don't fall flat. Okay, so air.
O.
Okay, so O, slightly different to O. O. Okay.
And E.
One more time. Okay, good. Okay, so some of the vowels are repeated. Now, this is really, really important going through our vowels with the notes, because this is what helps us with our pronunciation, and it just adds beauty to the voice and itself, whatever you are singing. Okay, so doing the vowel exercises really, really important. And the last exercise is going to be on the yo, which is on 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, the last exercise, and then we're going to move on. Hopefully next week, inshallah, we should be able to go straight into the exercises without me having to explain them, and you'll be able to get on with it together. Okay, so let's move on to exercise 8, the last exercise. Okay, and again, if you have any questions, if you're not sure about how to do some of the exercises, please let me know, and we can always I'm just going through the chat now. We can always repeat an exercise. I can give you some techniques on how to do the exercise. Okay, it's really, really important that we get the vocal exercises right. Okay, that's fine. Right, let's move on to the last exercise for the day. Your or okay, so let's listen to it first and then I'll go back. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Yo ho 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 ho.
Okay, so I hope everyone was okay with that. So it's going to be on a yo, and then we're going to move on to a o. So this is more staccato. It's much more sharp. Yo, o, 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 o. Okay, so 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Okay, so I'm going to go back. And we're going to start with the exercise. This one's slightly challenging because we're starting with the yo and then we're going to go to o, and we have to keep it pronounced and sharp. Okay.
Ustada Marzuka.
Mhm.
Mariam and Aisha have just asked a question that
Oh.
is 5 is the highest note, right?
So 5 is a high note, but it's not the highest. We can go higher. So in music, on a scale, you have notes from 1 to 7. So from if we start with the middle, so a normal note is usually called the middle C, and you have, again, it depends which scale you're playing. So for example, if you're playing much more joyful songs or nasheeds, you'll be playing it on something called a major scale. And if you're playing or if you're singing or you're playing something more melancholic or something that invokes sadness, you'll be playing it on something called a minor scale. So you have sets of notes, and a note is usually comprised of 7 notes. You have from 1 all the way to 7, and an octave, which is, as you can see from the term, it's to do with 8. It's from the first note all the way back to the first note. What do I mean by that? Is going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then going back to 1 again. So if I started with C, it would be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then going back to C. But you have 7 notes. And then with these 7 notes, you also have 5 other notes, which are called sharp or flat notes. So if you're familiar with a piano, you'll see that you have white notes, and then on top you have these black notes as well. I won't go into too much detail, it's not required, but just to give you an idea of what we're doing in terms of the pitches, the 1, 3, 5. So we can actually go higher than a 5, but as we go along the scale, for our practice, the 5 is the highest in the exercise that we're doing. So I hope that was really condensed, but I hope that was a bit more clear as to what we're doing and what the notes are. But yes, within the exercise that we're doing, the 5 is the highest note that we're trying to reach. Was that okay? Was that clear? Okay, good. Okay, right. So let's do the last exercise, and then we're going to do the harmony, which I'm looking forward to. Okay, so the yo, o, o. Okay, so
Yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho 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 ho. Keep going.
yo, o, 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 o. Yo, o, 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 o.
Last one, you got it.
Last one. Excellent. Okay, so that was slightly more challenging. And again, the more we practice, the easier it'll become, and the more relaxed you will feel as well when you do the vocal exercises. So the goal is to feel relaxed when you're doing these exercises. You shouldn't feel strained. And again, inshallah, next week we'll be working on breathing as well, which is really, really important. So the current students should know this and should be practicing. And so we also do breathing exercises before we begin our lessons as well, which is really, really important. Working on posture and working on correct breathing, which is really, really important for singing. Okay, now what we're going to do is the last part of our lesson. I know we only have a few minutes, so I'm just going to introduce you to what we're going to do. It's called harmony. Now, this is the basis for all of our singing. Harmony is when we are singing different notes simultaneously. So usually it's called a chord, and within a chord you have a triad, which is 3 notes, or you can have more notes played together or sung together. Okay, so this is where the bass, alto, and the soprano come together, and they are played or sung in harmony. So that's what harmony essentially is. And this is something that is really, really important. And this will make up most of our singing. So hopefully, inshallah, if you are regular with the choir lessons, when we do these exercises, these harmony exercises, I will be grouping you according to the pitch that you're most comfortable at. So if you feel more comfortable singing at bass or lower, usually men find this more comfortable. So we usually have the boys or the men doing the bass, the lower register. And then you have chest, alto, which is your mid-range chest voice. And then you have soprano, so some, usually girls, they like to hit the higher notes. So we will also have soprano, higher head voices. I also have specific exercises for each. So inshallah, if we can get more time, I can also go through those specific exercises to help you with the pitch that you're at. Now, with harmony, the challenging part is to be able to sing your pitch while listening or harmonizing with the other person who is singing at a different pitch. Okay, so it can get quite difficult because what happens is you naturally just want to sing along with the person next to you and move to their pitch. So what we're going to do now is we are going to I'm going to get you to sing on one pitch, and I am going to sing on another pitch. And the challenge is for you to be able to remain on your pitch and go against my pitch. Okay, so we're going to start off low. So it's going on a it's just a normal C, like a normal R. Okay, so can I have everyone's mics enabled?
Yes, I'm going to do that now, inshallah.
So don't worry, we'll finish. Minutes. Okay.
This is amazing.
You have to excuse me to have a bit of a cold.
Is the coughing part of the exercise, so I don't want to?
No, sorry, that's me coughing.
Yeah.
So everyone is going to sing on one pitch. Going to be on a just a normal okay. Again, make sure you're breathing right, and don't let the air out forcefully. It should be nice and regulated. Okay, so okay. So can everyone do this for me, please? Yes. 1, 2, 3. While you do that, I'm going to sing on a slightly higher pitch, but you need to maintain the pitch that you're on. Okay? Right. Start again. No. So here's what I'm going to like. Okay, so the pitch that you're on. So the pitch that I want everyone to be on is this. Good. Okay. When I started with my pitch, so when I went on a slightly higher pitch, did you find it difficult to remain on your pitch, or was it okay?
Okay.
Good. Okay, so that's how it should feel. You should feel comfortable singing at your pitch, but at the same time harmonizing with someone who is on a different pitch without losing your pitch. Okay, so you're going against my pitch. Excellent. Okay, let's try again. So everyone again. Okay, right. So now that you feel comfortable being able to maintain your pitch while at the same time listening to a different pitch, what we're going to do now, we're going to do a little harmony with dhikr. We're going to have 3 different dhikrs on the different pitches. So we're going to have one on bass, we're going to have one on alto, and we're going to have one on soprano. Okay, we're all going to begin with bass. Okay, so the lower sound. So everyone really focus on your chest. It's going to be a lower sound coming from your chest, and we are going to do Allahu Akbar. Okay, so it's going to sound like this. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Now the timing is very, very important. Okay, so the timing, I don't have a metronome on me. The metronome is it's the beat. So sometimes you'll notice pieces are quite when I say pieces, compositions, these are all based on beats. Okay, you can go very slow, you can go very high, very fast. Okay, so we're going to have a beat which is going to be like this. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, If it helps, you can clap as well, okay? And sound the beat. You can do the clicking the fingers, clapping, no problem, okay?
Allahu
Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Good. Now I want
Allahu
everyone.
Akbar. Allahu
One, two,
Akbar.
three.
Allahu
Allahu
Akbar.
Akbar.
Allahu
Allahu
Akbar.
Akbar.
Allahu
Allahu
Akbar.
Akbar.
Allahu
Allahu
Akbar.
Akbar.
Allahu
Allahu
Akbar.
It has
Akbar.
to be in accordance with
Allahu
the
Akbar.
Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Akbar.
Allahu
Allahu
Allahu Akbar.
Good.
Allahu
Can I hear everyone?
Akbar.
Allahu
Akbar.
Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Good. Okay. Now the mid-range pitch, which is alto, we are going to do la ilaha illallah. Okay, it's still going to be on the same Allahu Akbar, and we are going to do a la ilaha illallah. So I want everyone to do Allahu Akbar, and then I'm going to come in with the mid-range pitch, which is going to be on la ilaha illallah. Okay, so I want you to see how this sounds. Okay, so can everyone again start with Allahu Akbar? Again, timing is very, very important. So let's start. 1, 2, 3. Allahu
Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu
Allahu
Akbar.
Akbar. Allahu
Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Now, girls, what I want you to do is, girls, I want you to follow me with La ilaha illallah. The boys, I want you to do Allahu Akbar, okay? Girls, I want you to make sure timing is very, very important, okay? So keep the beat. And we're going to begin with La ilaha. We're going to come in with La ilaha illallah with Allahu Akbar, okay? So pay attention here. So Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La. Okay.
Allahu Akbar.
La ilaha
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah?
Allahu
Is
Akbar.
that okay? Does everyone understand that? The girl.
Akbar.
So La ilaha illallah.